Okay, I have the charger here, so we put it in. And then it needs to turn on. Okay. I'm actually gonna wait a second before I show it. I just need to get my phone out. You can continue with the class. My phone start working.
Daniel, yeah?
So during the week, I was wondering what there's two types of scripts. There apparently one is for building something, and another one is how hackers hack.
Um,
I'm wondering how the script is made.
how the script is made. So in there's a lot of different ways to program things. So there's a lot of different programming languages and different ways to control computers. Um, the one that we're using right now is called Scratch. Right? So Scratch is like a visual programming language that's really easy to learn, and allows you kind of to make code without typing anything. Right? Um, it's good for making apps or making like short games and stuff, or any visual stuff. And then there's some other languages, like for instance, Java or something that can help you make applications for like computers, or some apps that'll help you control robots. Some programming languages that'll help you control robots, right? Yeah, so here Alexander gave a couple examples of some languages, right? You can use C++ to program computers, computer operating systems and stuff, right? And then there's the command line scripts, which are a little bit different depending on what kind of computer you're using. And I think those are the ones that you mean by like hacking, but that you don't use them to like make something happen. It's like kind of just controlling your computer and the network, right? Yeah, but we won't really be going into that in this class, right? We're just gonna be doing the Scratch stuff. All right, so anyway, let's get started. All right, so everyone go ahead and open up MIT App Inventor. All right, and let's start working on today's project. All right, so today I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into machine learning. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about how machine learning works. All right, and we're going to start working with a little bit of machine learning stuff. We're not going to be like making our own AIs yet, but we're going to be learning how to use AIs in our apps together to make cool apps. All right, so I'll give you guys all a second to open up MIT App Inventor, and then I want you to say something in the chat when you're done. So you can say like done or ready. All right, say something in the chat when you have MIT App Inventor open.
Do we go on designer or blocks?
You should be in the designer.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna be making a new project anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but.
Yeah, I got my phone to start. Sorry about that. This is just a really old phone. Yeah, we turned it off. Why do you do this to me? Yeah, and then it turned off again. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, so let's see. Did everyone manage to get it open? It's hard to fix bugs when you're making a game. Done. All right. Okay. So what we're going to be working on today is we're going to start by doing some vision recognition stuff. All right, so this will be like making an app that will be able to look at objects, look at like a camera feed, and figure out what it's looking at. All right, so let's get started with that. All right, now, the first thing that we might need to get working or get used to make this work is, well, firstly, we're going to have to start a new project. All right, so to do this, we're going to click here where it says projects in the top left, and we're going to click start new project. And I'm going to call this vision recognition. Now, this is a bit like 2021 because I might already have one. It's not, if you remember, whenever we're making an app, the first thing I like to do is I like to get rid of this header at the top of my app. All right, I like to get rid of this so that it doesn't, I don't know, kind of leave this weird text up here in this little gray bar. All right, so to do this, I'm going to go over to the right side, scroll down, and uncheck the box that says title visible. All right, so that's usually the first thing I do every time I'm creating an app. You can't make a new one. So Daniel, you got to scroll to the top and click projects, and then projects, and then start a new project. What happens when you go there? Why can't you make a new one? Yeah, sure. Share your screen. Let's see. Projects, start new project. Okay, now type in the name and click OK. There you go. All right, so in my app, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by laying out a couple of components. So at the top of my app, I'm going to make a label. I'm going to make this nice big label that's going to say vision recognition app. All right, and then I'm going to make it bold. I'll make it big. And who remembers how to center text in an app? Does anyone remember how to center the text?
Wasn't there a button for it? Like you go to label, and then there was a like text alignment center one.
So there's two things. Yeah. Firstly, you need to do text alignment center. Yeah. And then what's the other thing that you need to do? So Asia, I think, knows. Isaac said something here. He said parent, which is close. Asia, you can say it.
You want to make it full on the whole screen?
Yeah, exactly. So we want to fill parent.
Width and height, and then you put
So you don't need to do width and height, just width, right? So yeah, kind of like what Isaac said here with parent, right? We need to fill parent so that it takes up the entire width of the screen. And then we want to center it. So I'm going to say width, fill parent, and then text alignment center. And now I have vision recognition app nicely centered on my screen. Okay, so we have our label at the top of our app for vision recognition. All right, there you go. Now what we're gonna do is we need a couple more things for our app before we can get it working. All right. Now the main thing that's gonna allow us to do this vision recognition is we're gonna need to get an extension for our app that's gonna allow us to do vision recognition with machine learning. All right. So this extension that we're gonna be using, let me get a link and I'll send it to you guys. So we're gonna do. Okay, so in the chat, guys, I'm going to send you guys a link, and I want you all to go to it. All right, if you go to this link, you'll go to this website. All right, and here we can download the Look extension that's going to get it working.
What's the name of the extension?
So once we're on this website, all right, I'll show you guys what to do. But can anyone send something in the chat once you have it open? All right, I just want to make sure.
Is it image processor
Not yet.
or is it Look extension?
Okay, so most people are here. So yeah, the one that we're going to be downloading here is the one that says Look extension. All right, so Look extension is, if we read the description, it adds an object recognition using a neural network compiled into the extension. All right, which basically allows us to do object recognition straight in our app. All right, so to download it, we're going to go all the way to the right side and click the part that says Download AIX file with lookextension.aix.
And after it's downloaded,
Click that, and it'll download to your computer.
what do you do when it's downloaded?
So it'll download pretty quickly, all right? But then once you're done downloading it, all right? So once again, to download it, we went to the website, found Look extension, and then clicked lookextension.aix. It's going to download to your computer, and then once you're done, go back to MIT App Inventor here and say something in the chat, and then I'll move on to the next step.
So what do we do?
Okay, so again, we're going to go to that website that I sent a link to in the chat, right? The MIT-CML GitHub.io. Okay, I'll send it again. So we're going to go to this link, all right, and then we're going to find the Look extension and go over to the right and click lookextension.aix. All right, you're going to click that, and it's going to download to your computer, and then you're going to go back to MIT App Inventor and just wait here for now.
Oh, that's how you put it in. Okay, there we go. I just figured out how to put the extension in.
All right, yeah. So guys, once you have it downloaded, to actually import it into MIT App Inventor, we're going to go on the left side here, and we're going to scroll down to here where it says extensions or extension. Okay. Someone sends it into the chat.
Done that. Step 2.
So we're going to go to extensions, and then here we're going to go import extension. All right, click that, and then here it's going to ask from my computer or from URL. So we already downloaded onto our computer, so we're going to go from my computer. And then here I'm going to click, you can either click choose file and then find where you download it, or for me, it's just right here. So I'm just going to drag it onto the button that says choose file. Or it's not going to let me. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's in, and I'm going to click import. All right, now on this page, you're just going to wait for a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time, but after a moment, it should show Look extension over there. There it is, Look. All right, and once you have this, send something to the chat just so I know that everyone's okay. Write Look in the chat. Yeah, okay, Jessica got it. Daniel, what's up? Daniel, what's wrong?
I downloaded it and it's not, I can't find Look.
Okay,
It's not-
share your screen. And then Isaac, you can go next. Okay, so here, can you scroll up and click choose file? Okay, click choose file. And then here, go to downloads. On the left side, do you see where it says downloads? Yeah, click that. And then click that. There you go. Look extension, and then click open. Okay, and click import.
Do I import it?
Yeah, so click import now. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and now Isaac, you said you had a problem, right? So share your screen. Oh, wait, Isaac, you already have it? Well, why'd you delete it? No, okay, so yeah, now drag it in. No, drag it into choose file. Like drag it onto the button that says choose file. There you go. And now click import. And now just wait. Don't touch anything, just wait. Okay, and then yeah, that's it. You're good. Just don't delete it now. Okay. All right, so how the look extension works is it's something called an invisible component. And we haven't actually worked with invisible components yet. All right, but how invisible components work is you drag them out onto your screen and they show up down here at the bottom, non-visible components. So they don't show up on your screen, but they're in your app and they're kind of like behind the scenes. All right, so in app development or in website development or in any programming environment, this is something called front end and back-end programming or back-end components. Right, front end is stuff that the user directly sees and interacts with. So like labels, like buttons, like text, I don't know, anything on your screen that you can see. Whereas stuff that's going on in the back is back-end components. All right, so stuff that's going on behind the scenes. All right, so that includes your code, your invisible components, all of that stuff. Is it like verts? What is verts?
Is it like viruses?
Not really, no. So it's like think about when you are using a website. Like when you go to a website, you see the website itself. Like what you see is the front end. All right. In the background, for instance, when you log in, type in your password and click enter, that sends a request to the backend, some server, where it checks to see if you typed in the right password, and then it goes and gives you the information depending on what you did, right? So if you type in the right password, it'll let you in and take you to another web page. That process of checking your password in the back, that's called the backend programming, all right? Whereas what you actually see on your screen as a result of typing in the right password, that's called the front end programming, okay? Okay, so let's get started. All right. So once we have our look extension out here, you'll notice we can see it down here. And if I click on it, I'll get two property options for it. So I have a input mode as a video, and I have a web viewer, which is currently set to none. All right. So the way we're going to need to use this component is we're going to go to user interface, and we actually need to drag out a web viewer that it's going to be using. So if we look under user interface, you see the bottommost component is the web viewer. All right, so if I drag this out, it'll automatically fill up all the space, which is perfect. Okay, and then you can just leave all of the information here as it is. You don't need to play around with that. All right, so just go ahead and drag out a web viewer and then say something in the chat when you're done that, just to make sure that everyone can find it. Can't see it, but downloaded it. Christina, you mean the extension? Okay, do you want to share your screen real quick and I'll try to help you out?
I just want to mention this now. I'm not going to show it, but earlier I wanted to show the thing and I didn't. All I really did was that slider. I was talking to you last week about it, and I was
Oh, okay.
just, and it was like I got it to work.
Awesome. Yeah, good job.
That's all I wanted to do.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Okay, most people are done. Christina, can you share your screen? So click the green button that says share screen in Zoom. And then pick the MIT App Inventor window.
I can't share my screen.
You can't share your screen? Are you on a Mac?
No, I'm on an iPad and I'm doing it on the computer.
Oh, do you want to like turn on your video and point it at the screen?
Okay.
Okay, wait, no. So you have look. Can you just drag it out onto your phone then? Oh, what just happened? Okay, so go to MIT App Inventor. Okay, go to MIT App Inventor. There you go. And can you just drag it out onto the screen? Yeah, there you go. Okay, now it's at the bottom. And that's good. There you go.
Thank you.
Cool, cool. Who said this? Can you go over what we need to do? False alarm. All right, yeah. So basically, right now, all you need to have is you need to have a vision recognition label at the top, the look component out on your screen, and then the last thing, guys, the one that we did, I'll show this part again, is we go to user interface and we drag out a web viewer and put that in the on the screen. All right, and it should automatically take up all the space. Make sure to put it underneath the label. Daniel, you can't find it. Make sure you're under user interface. So if you're under extensions, click user interface, and then it's the one at the very bottom, web viewer. Okay, and then just drag that out. Okay, so guys, now that we have our web viewer out, if you click on the look component again, what you'll notice is that on the right side here, all right, we have two things. We have input mode, video, and then we have web viewer and set to none. So you need to actually assign this web viewer that we have to our look component. So I'm going to click none underneath web viewer. And for some reason, I have 3 web viewers to pick from. Let me try this again.
When your mouse has a seizure and accidentally puts 3 web viewers on one page when you only put 1 down.
Okay, so I have just 1 web viewer now. I just restarted the web viewer, or deleted and put back the look component. All right, so now that we have now, so you want to change it from none to web viewer 1. Okay, and then click OK. So now it's assigned to web viewer. It knows which one to use. All right, and then input mode, we can leave it as video for now. All right, we'll talk about how to change this later. All right, because depending on your phone, it might need to be different. Okay, Daniel, share your screen. Okay, so click look. Click the component that says look. Look one. Yeah, that guy. And now click none. No, click none. And now select web viewer 1 and click OK. No, and click OK. Okay, web viewer 1 and then click OK. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Okay. So we have our web viewer out. So there's a couple more things that we need to do. So for the web viewer to actually work and recognize images, all right, we're going to need a couple buttons. All right. Now the buttons that we're going to need is we need one to flip the camera. We need one to toggle or to actually classify what we're looking at. And we might need one to take pictures if we do that later. SOS help, I don't see it again. Okay, Isaac, share your screen too then real quick. Click the look component. So look 1, web viewer 1, click OK. Perfect. There you go. That's it. All right, so let's see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put 2 buttons side by side on top of my web viewer. So I'm going to drag out one button and then I'm going to drag out another button. Now here's the problem, right? So if I have my 2 buttons like this and I want them to actually be side by side, I can't put my button like over side by side. It doesn't stay where I put it, right? You see how this is a problem? So I need to do something about this. I need some way to take these buttons and I need to tell MIT App Inventor to keep them side by side instead of automatically positioning them vertically. See, like, what's happening here? Why is this happening? So the way that we're going to work around this, in MIT App Inventor, there is a component that allows you to put things side by side. All right, so if you go to the left side here and go down to where it says layout, right over here, we have something called a horizontal arrangement. If we drag this out, all right, we're going to have just a little gray square, kind of. All right, but I can put things in this gray square and make them side by side. So if I put one button in and then another button in, my buttons are now side by side inside of this gray square. Okay, now the other really cool thing that we can do because of this, all right, is I can center these buttons also on the screen. So this horizontal arrangement component, all right, right now it's just set to automatic for width and height. Okay, because it's just making space for whatever you put inside it. But if I click on the horizontal arrangement, I'm going to set its width to fill parent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, align horizontal, and I'm going to set it to center. And now I have 2 buttons centered on my screen inside of my horizontal arrangement. All right, and don't worry, it looks kind of ugly right now because this little gray background is here. But when you actually put it on your phone, it's not going to show up like that. All right, like this gray box, it actually just disappears. All right, so you're just left with 2 buttons hovering in the middle, which is exactly what we want, I guess, right?
Mine isn't in the center, like when I put fill parent in the width.
You put full parent in the width. So, okay, so let me go through all the steps basically I just showed you. So the first thing, you go under layouts. Someone asked the question. Okay, you go under layout and you drag out a horizontal arrangement. You set the width to fill parent. And then align horizontal, you need to set it to center. All right, now I can drag out 2 buttons and put them inside of my horizontal arrangement side by side. and they're gonna look very cool. And then we just wait like this. Asya, what do you mean they won't allow you? Do you want to share your screen? Okay, well, do you see where it says align horizontal? Click that. Can you not click it? Yeah, and just set it to center, no? Do you want to refresh the screen? Try to just refresh the page.
They won't allow me to.
Still won't let you. Interesting. Can I get control?
Oh, it's because I chose a scroll.
But do we need the 2 buttons, or do we only need one?
Wait, I say, what else did you do to it?
I think it's because I chose a scroll arrangement.
Oh yeah, that's definitely yeah. So don't make sure not to pick the scroll one, okay? Because scroll doesn't let you center stuff. It'll just scroll. Yeah, if you want, guys, let me show you a little bit of stuff that you can do to customize your app. So, for instance, if you looked at Asia's, she had a different background color for her app. So she clicked screen 1 and changed her background color to like dark gray, right, or something like that, or something like a orange. Right. Then you can also use your horizontal arrangement. You can change the background color of that to like a red or something. I don't know. It looks a little weird, but it's up to you guys, right? So you can customize your app however you want. Now, for the 2 buttons that we're going to have here, we need one to toggle the camera. So I'm going to write toggle. Oh, I did that wrong. I'm going to change the text to toggle. And I'm going to change the other one to classify. All right, and we're going to add one more little button that we'll use later just in case. All right, is I'm going to drag out my button over here, and I'm going to call this button take picture. Okay, there you go. Take picture. So I have my 3 little buttons here. Okay, and maybe I'll even just make them all fill parent. I'm just doing some customization stuff, guys. So you can play around with your customization however you like. So here now they're all evenly spaced, and I'll make it like different colors. So toggle will be like a pink color, and then classify will be green. Well, that's a little bit obnoxious. You can also do custom colors if you like. So you can just make a dark green. And then the last one I'll make nice or white or something. Help, I need help. I just realized the buttons are still not centered. Okay, Isaac, share your screen.
I got a question. Should the phone not be able to connect? Because
Not yet. Well, it probably should, but what do you mean it's not centered? Isaac, can you write the text in them? So make it toggle, classify, and then the other thing. Toggle, classify, take picture. Okay, and then finally, to center it, can you click on the horizontal arrangement? and click align horizontal and then center. There you go.
This phone says it's unable to load file. And then I'm pretty
Oh.
sure it's the file for the phone to work for it to work.
When you try to connect,
Yeah, like I said, this is a Galaxy S4, so it's really old.
so it should still work. What we'll do is if it doesn't connect through the companion, let me try it. If it doesn't connect through the companion, then what we can do is we can just install the app like directly onto your phone. So
Okay.
sometimes you need to do that for it to work.
But it's unable to load the file, so I don't
Okay,
know.
so I don't. For me, it kind of works. Can you share your screen? Show me what it says.
Me?
Yep.
So so it doesn't say really quickly, it doesn't say on this, but if I wait, let me just turn my camera. Hello. But it doesn't say on my it doesn't say on the computer here, but it says on my phone. Like this is not really my phone, but it's my mom. So I'd like go scan QR code, connect. I'd do this, all right? Then it would do that. It would start to load. But then once it gets to 43%, it just does a hard stop because it can't connect. Or it just does this and it doesn't work.
It doesn't end up doing anything. Hold on, can I try connecting on my phone? Can you get the QR code up again?
Yeah, I just need to reset connection. It'll either cut out, or for me, then that's 43%. It would just do a hard stop.
I'm just saying, like, if it doesn't work on my phone either, then there's something wrong with the app, right? So let's see.
Because for me, it would say just hard stop, doesn't work.
Okay, so yeah, it connects on my phone, so it might be a phone thing. In that case, though, what we'll probably end up doing is we're gonna probably just end up downloading it directly onto your phone rather than connecting to the companion. Okay, but we'll work on that later, I guess. All right, so we'll finish up the app and then download it onto your phone. So just directly get it installed. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we have our buttons, we have our everything here. All right, let's see. Okay, so I guess we can get coding here. One thing I want to do before we start getting coding, this is basically it for the front end. People are sending stuff. Oh, Daniel, yeah, sure. Share your screen and then I help, and then we'll move on to coding. Oh, okay. Can you just
That's
give
when
me
you
control?
screen.
Okay, let me just fix this real quick.
Yeah, I tried the thing again. It definitely doesn't work.
Okay, there you go. All right, okay, let's get coding. So we have our 3 buttons. Before I want to get coding, I want to make sure we know which button is which once we're in our coding screen. So I want you to go through and I want you to rename each button. So for my toggle button, I'm going to rename it to toggle BTN. Classify will be classify BTN, and take picture will be picture BTN. Okay. So that way, while I'm coding, I'll know what each button does. I don't have to go back and forth and keep looking. All right. Okay, so once you guys have the buttons renamed, can you say something in the chat? And I think we can almost move on to the coding. Coding.
There are 2 or 3 buttons.
Are we supposed to change the name?
Yeah, so click the name, click the button, click rename on over here under components, this button right here, rename. And I want you to change it to toggle BTN, classify BTN, picture BTN.
Okay.
Toggle BTN, picture BTN.
Yeah, so I said toggle BTN, classify BTN, and picture BTN. Those are my 3 buttons.
And then what's the last one? The last one would be a picture BTN.
Okay, so we have all these buttons renamed. Let me check the chat. Yeah, okay, most people seem to be done with that. All right, let's get coding. All right, so if I go to blocks here, we can start putting out some blocks. Okay, so when I click the toggle button, basically I'm going to toggle stuff, right? So for each button, I need to click on the button. I need to drag out when button dot clicked. Here, this one. So when I click my toggle button, I want to toggle my web viewer. So I'm going to click web viewer 1, or not web viewer, look 1. Sorry. So look 1. And here there's going to be three things basically. There's classify image data, classify video data, and toggle camera facing mode. So if I grab this toggle camera facing mode and drag it out, this is basically it for our first function.
Where do you find like the purple button?
This purple one, on the left side, you go to look 1 and you drag out toggle camera facing mode.
Do you do when press or when click?
When click, I do.
Okay. I can't find it.
But again, do I have to download the thing right into the on this phone, or is there a different way to get it to work?
So we're not going to download it yet. There's still a couple more things we need to do in the coding, and then we'll download it. All right. So guys, yeah, we have when toggle button dot click. We're going to toggle our camera facing mode. That makes sense. All right. Now let's see what we're going to do with our classify button. When we click the classify button, we want to get our look extension and we want to classify image data, or not image data, sorry, classify video data. Where is that?
I can't find it.
Is it under look on the left side? And then click is at the very top. Make sure to scroll up.
Brought me to this site, this thing that said, oops, we tripped on a bug. Keeps on saying that.
Okay, so now we're going to classify video data when we click classify. Now we're not going to code the picture button for now. I'll show you how we're going to do that after our break probably. But the last thing we need to do is when we actually classify video data, this is a two-part function. So the first part is to say, hey, classify it. And you'll look into here, it says when got classification, we need to drag one of these guys out. And then we need to do something with the result. So how it works is when we click the button, we tell the look extension to classify data. And then after I classify it, this code is going to run. And ideally, we somehow need to output our classification onto the screen, which is something we're actually still missing, and we're going to have to add into our front end. Okay, so guys, everyone let me know when you have these 3 blocks out in our code, and we'll keep going with that. Okay, we got 3 blocks. Awesome. Okay. So now if we go to the designer, basically this got classification thing is going to return to us some word, which is going to be like, hey, the thing that I'm looking at is this word, right? It's a keyboard, or it's a water bottle, or it's a phone, or a mouse, or something, right? Or a cow, or a dog. So if we go to the designer, we need somewhere to display this text. And basically, I'm just going to drag out a label, put it over here, underneath my vision recognition thing. And I'm going to make it bold. I'm going to make it fill parent width, and I'm going to make it center. All right, and I'm going to write results in the text as a placeholder. All right, and then basically this is where we're going to put that result into. Actually, maybe I'll put it underneath the buttons like this. I guess that looks nice.
Which block is it?
All right, so here we have our result. Now, I'm also going to rename this result label. All right, so here where it says label 2, I'm going to rename this to result label, LBL. Right, this way, when I'm programming, I know what it is. It's always just good practice to rename everything. All right, not like everything, but if you have more than one of a certain component, you don't want to just leave it as its original name. Okay, so now I'm going to go to blocks. Okay, I'm going to go to blocks, and now under got classification, I'm going to drag out result label, set result label dot text. Where is it? This one. Set result label dot text to, and then the way that this works, we haven't done this before, so I'm going to take a second to explain it, is I'm just going to hover over result, and I'm going to drag this get result out over here. Everyone's done. All right. Okay, so for now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to try to test it by connecting it to your phone. If it doesn't work, all right, there's two possible things that can happen. If your phone has like more than one camera on one side, like most new phones do, you might get a problem where it can't actually classify video on that side because it doesn't know which camera to use. So we're going to do a couple things. So, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to start by just doing this video, but if it doesn't work, you can either reverse toggle the camera to use like your front-facing camera if you only have one on that side, or the alternative is what we're going to add after the break is we're going to make it so that we can use that third button, the picture button, to take a picture of something and have it tell us what that picture is of. Right? But for now, I want you guys all to take this code. I want you to try connecting, right? And if it works, play around with it for a second. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it for now. We're going to fix it after the break. And then also right now, guys, you have time. You have a 5-minute break to go get some water, go to the bathroom, get a snack. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. And we'll meet up again at 2:05. I'll fix all of your bugs, and we'll add in the picture analyzing feature. Okay?
And can you help me fix my bug?
Yeah, so Alexander, so let me show you what we're going to do for yours. If you click the build button and you say provide QR code for APK, what this is going to do is then you can, it's basically going to compile your app into an APK file, which is like an application file that you can then run on your phone. If it's going to do it. Is it going to do it?
It's still packaging.
Provide QR code. There you go. Okay, here it is.
Byline part 2. Compiling part 1. The compiling. Compiling part 2. The compilation strikes back.
Oh, I did it twice. This is not good.
I need help.
Well, what do you need help with?
I don't know which block I should do for the take picture.
I don't have anything for take picture yet. So you don't need to do anything for that. Okay. So basically,
What
Alexander,
do you do for
It's still
the
compiling. It's still compiling.
third block?
okay, Alexander, so like once it finishes compiling, it should be able to compile correctly. You want to like open up your camera app on your phone, or alternative, do you see this link? You need to go to that link on your phone and it'll download the file to your phone. And then you need to open the file and then just go through the installation procedure and basically install it like an app on your phone. And it'll show up as an app on your phone. Right?
Just
That'll be called
camera?
Vision Recognition.
Is it literally
Okay.
just camera?
Daniel, what do you mean? Okay, so Daniel, this is all the code you need to have right now.
I'm looking for them.
Okay, share your screen.
I've already found the one casa. I've already found the big one.
Okay,
but
so click not horizontal arrangement. Click result label. You don't have a result label. Go to your designer. Okay, can you drag a label out over here? Okay, make it fill parent width and then centered.
I can't connect to the on my iPad. I can't connect it to it.
What does it say when you try to connect?
It just said copied. I'll just do it.
I don't have enough. I also can't use the camera.
So I'll scan it.
It doesn't let me use the camera either because it doesn't have enough memory or storage left.
Your phone doesn't have enough storage?
It did work, but like it's not like I can't go in.
Okay, Daniel, give me control.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally says warning, not enough memory, then kicks me out of the camera.
You don't have enough memory?
No.
Okay, can you just go to your browser and manually type in the link it gives you?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. Try that out. Okay, what are people saying here? Temporary on or
I just scanned it and it's I just scanned it and it just goes like this. I don't know what to do now. It's just like that.
What is that?
I scanned it and then like with the scanner to like make it go, but like it didn't work. Like if I scan
What does it show you?
it just said like here I'll scan it and then
Yeah, then turn around, should it be?
it just does this.
What is that? What does it show? I can't. What is that?
It just says that
Copy.
it just said copy.
Copy. Okay. So then I guess, can you share your screen?
Okay.
I guess we can do the same thing that we're gonna do with Alexander.
Okay. So I'll scan it.
No, don't scan this. Don't scan this. Okay. Can I get control?
Proof.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna click build.
Oh,
Provide QR code for APK. Now, can you open up the camera app on your iPad?
okay. Camera. Okay.
Hey, do I open it or do I just leave it closed?
Okay.
Alexander, like, what did you manage to download the file?
Yep.
So okay, now that you download the file, yeah, open it up and it'll give you like some steps. So it'll say like installing, make sure, and then it'll ask you, are you sure you want to install? And you click it, yeah. It's different for different phones, but
It's a
hopefully-
camera app.
Okay, so in a second here, Leanne, a QR code will pop up, and I want you to scan the QR code with your camera.
Like use the camera app or use like the scanner thing.
The camera app.
Okay.
So it'll take you to a fancy link. Okay, here you go. Can you scan that? Do you see anything popping up?
Uh, uh, yeah,
Yeah, click that.
it's like, should I go to MIT App Inventor, like the camera in that? Or
No, okay. If it doesn't work through your camera, it might not work if your device is older. Can you go to the browser on your iPad and type in this link?
No, it's actually working in the end. You just take a photo. It was working.
okay.
You take a photo. You take a photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
With your
open
camera,
with
you don't have
Chrome.
to take a photo. You just like hover it over, and a little link should pop up at the bottom, and you just
Yes.
click.
Oh, okay.
Currently installing. I don't know how
Like
long it's
going
gonna
in Chrome.
You,
It's
Is it
just
different?
going into
done.
Chrome.
Do I press, once it's done, do I press open or done?
Okay, wait, Leanne. So, okay, one thing. If it doesn't work when you're scanning, can you go to Chrome and close all the tabs and then scan it again and try that?
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Do I just press?
open.
And then it goes into here. Should I?
Yeah.
press
Is there? Did it download something?
Yeah, it bring me to the App Inventor. So
you
do
show
I
me?
press?
Do I press open or done on this?
Oh, wait. How did you get to the App Inventor? Can you go back to Chrome? Or go back to the camera, scan it again, and then go to the link that it takes you to.
Do I just press open or done?
Why are you going to inventor? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I just
I
press
scanned it
done?
and it just brought me here.
Okay, if that doesn't work, can you just go to your browser and just type in this link manually?
Okay.
Do I press open or done?
Click open.
It's still charging. Unlock that. It's just blank. I press go to Chrome and then it's just blank.
Install.
It says install blocked.
Install blocked. Is there like an unblock button?
No.
No. Interesting.
The media, by the way, also the media thing doesn't work. And do I have to do this every time too?
Every time you change something, yeah. That's why you usually want to wait until you're done before you download it.
It doesn't work. Like I can open it up, but it just doesn't work.
What happens when you open it up?
Again, I help you. I help
Like it
you.
opens it up, it shows me the thing, but the camera won't. I'll open it up, it'll show me everything, but the camera won't work.
Can you click toggle?
Scan.
Yeah, I press toggle.
Scan.
Doesn't work.
You press toggle and it doesn't toggle? Interesting.
Try this one. Okay.
Yeah, like my toggle is button 1, and I did button 1 toggle facing camera mode. The media player doesn't show anything.
Ian, how do you, Ian, how come this one?
Galaxy, look, it doesn't. The media player should be right there, but it's not.
Yeah. It might be like a phone support thing then, because I remember like sometimes it just doesn't work on some devices. Let's try to do the camera thing. Maybe that'll work better. All right. For now, okay, guys, let's take a quick 5-minute break. All right. If it worked, you can play around with it. If it didn't, don't worry. The next thing that we do should hopefully work on more phones. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna make it so that instead of the video feed, it uses a camera. Right. So you take a picture and then analyzes it. It does that, right? Yeah, Daniel?
I'm testing and nothing. I'm pressing the buttons and it's not working.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Then we'll troubleshoot that after, all right? When we add the camera, all right? Because some phones don't have functionality for the video, but all should have it for the camera. Okay,
Not
so
using
guys,
a phone. I'm using an iPad.
yeah, it's same thing, some devices.
Okay.
All right, so guys, we'll take a quick 5-minute break here. Everyone, make sure to stand up and stretch your legs. All right, get a snack, go get some water, and I'll see you guys at 2:15, and we'll add in the camera functionality. All right, so I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Okay. Hi.
Donate $20, but I hope it helps. It does. Happy.
I have a question.
All right, guys. So if you're back from break, go ahead and say something in the chat so I know I can keep going.
My phone won't work. That's what I can say. I mean, it's not that it's not working. Like, I'm going through old photos here, and I'm just deleting stuff. But it's just permanently stuck whenever I enter my camera. You don't have enough space. You don't have enough space.
Yeah, that could also be it. The fact that you just don't have enough room for the app to like work.
Like, no, the camera itself. Like for the camera to run, and I'm deleting photo after photo, and it still says there's not enough space.
Interesting. Okay. I can maybe test your app on my phone later at the end of the class if we have time. But for now, guys, okay, who's back? Everyone's backish. Yeah, Daniel, what's up?
Can I show you something? I
Sure.
want to know if this is hacking.
If you right click, press inspect, and then delete everything inside there, that's not hacking. That's
So-
temporarily editing stuff.
So when you press
Oh,
inspect,
he's doing.
That's not hacking. That is not hacking, because if you reload the web page, it's just going to reset itself. That's not hacking.
okay.
Yeah, so basically how this works is this is the code for the website that's loaded into your browser, right? So anyone can edit it on their own browser. Like if I go to Google
Yeah, so that's
and
why when you
I edit
that's why when
this
you
Google
refresh-
thing to say
that's why when you refresh the page it resets, because it
Google.
temporarily change it. Refreshing the page resets all the
But,
elements.
yeah, you're just changing the code on your page. But now, for instance, if I refresh the page, right, like Alexander said, it goes back to Google because you're getting this from somewhere else. So what would be hacking is if you somehow got into Google's server and actually changed it so that anyone that goes to this web page would see what you
Which
changed
would,
it to.
which would require you to use the console and not just inspect the elements.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you hacking Google probably not too easy. So,
Mine only works.
yeah.
Is it
there you go.
possible to get your email banned?
I don't know. Probably not banned, but you can definitely get like put onto spam lists if you keep spamming people, and then emails you send people will automatically be tagged for spam. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. It looks like everyone's back, and we can start coding stuff. All right. So let's go to the designer here and see what we're gonna add. So people are saying stuff. Okay. All right, so when I click take a picture, ideally what I'm trying to code right now is I want to make it so that the camera app will kind of pop open or a camera window will open. That'll allow me to take a picture of something. And then that picture will then be analyzed and it will be displayed over here with the given result. All right, so there's going to be a couple steps we need to do for this. Okay, so well, first I need to actually drag out the camera component into my app. All right, so if I go over to the left side here and scroll down, you'll see there's one option here that says media. If I go to media, the second option here is the camera. All right, so again, guys, left side, media, camera. And I want you all to drag out a camera into our app. All right, and this is actually kind of cool because the camera has absolutely no properties about it. It's just a camera. All right, it's usually just a little bit different for everybody's phone.
So we just click on media and drag out a camera.
Drag out a camera, and you'll notice a camera is also an invisible component, so it'll only show up here at the bottom next to our look library.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now that we have our camera out here, we're not going to be doing anything else within the front end here. Everything that we're going to do is going to be coded in the back. All right, so I'm going to go to blocks. And basically, I'm going to code it so that when I press my picture button, so when picture button dot click, all right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture. So I'm going to go to camera and get this blue one that says take a picture. And this is going to be a little bit of a chain of commands here. So we're going to say click, take a picture. Then after the picture has been taken, so when camera one dot after picture, then what's going to happen is I'm going to go look, and I'm going to say classify image data. And I'm going to hover over image and say get image. Put that over here. So you can see how this is going to work is when I press take picture, I'm going to have 3 blocks that are going to run back to back. So I'm going to click the picture button and I'm going to end up taking a picture. After I take the picture, I'm going to classify the image. And then after I get the classification for the image, I'm going to set my result label to that result. Okay, and this should result in, let's test this out. Making it so that when you press okay, what? Sorry. Where's my AIT? Okay. Daniel, what's up?
So I did when after picture, image, then camera. Then I don't know the other one. Hello?
Hello. Okay, here it is. Okay. What happened? When you say after picture, yeah. Classify image data, get image. So this is under look. So under look, this says classify image data. All right, guys, also one thing that we need to do is when we try to take a picture, okay, when we're taking a picture, we need to actually change the mode of our app as well. So we're going to go to look and we're going to say here input mode, set input mode to, okay, and we're going to either set it to camera or to video, or to image or to video. So when I'm taking a picture, I want to set this to a string text image. And then when I'm using, I'm using a video, so when I click my toggle button, then I'm going to be using input mode.
My blocks just disappeared for some reason. They're not here.
Can you like move around, scroll in all the directions? Maybe you just moved out of frame.
When I looked,
I really
guys.
just want my phone to work because I don't think because it's not. Like I put the camera in and it wasn't showing anything.
You put when you did you add the picture button dot take picture?
No, but it wasn't showing anything beforehand,
Well-
anyways.
Well, yeah. Well, the camera by itself doesn't do anything unless you take a picture. So, Alexander, I'd recommend like once you have this coded, like I have this on my phone right now, and when I take a picture, I take a picture. Let's do my keyboard, for instance. I click OK, and here it thinks this is an abacus or a keyboard, right? So it works. And then I can toggle to video and it'll classify myself as a shirt or a crossword puzzle. Right. So it's pretty good. So it is a little bit finicky. We're going to be coding our own classifier later in the program, but for now, this is what we're going to be trying to use. Try this out. Try installing this on your phone, and if it still doesn't work, then it might just be a phone problem. All right, but our next project should definitely work regardless of what kind of thing we're using. All right, because we're not using any extensions for the next one. It should be all, we're going to be all manually programming.
How are you supposed to use your camera to like tell to use the QR code? How you-
So it's like when you make the QR code, it gives you a link or a QR code to scan. When you use your camera app, basically you just open up your camera app, right? You just hover, you point it at the QR code and a little link will pop up from the bottom. And if you click it, it'll take you to that same link that it shows up underneath the QR code. So either works. You don't have to, you don't have to scan the QR code. You can just use the link if you want. They do the same thing.
Excuse me.
Yep.
In this, I don't know, like in the blocks one, my like the white part became like there's like plus signs on it.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Can you just right click on the background? Just right click anywhere on the pluses.
Like there's all of this.
Can I see? Can I get control? There you go. Doesn't really matter. I think it's just something else. So let's see what else is going on here. I think you have two of the same toggle button. So I'll throw one out. Okay, these can also be thrown out. Okay, and then you're missing some blocks, right?
Yeah.
So I'll share my screen again and you can copy that down.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Isaac, what's up?
So basically, when I tried to do when camera one after picture. Oh wait. Oh, there.
Okay. Ishan has a problem. You will not see another error. Web viewer designer property before you can call classify image. Oh, okay. Ishan, can you go, like, look at this. Go to designer, click the look extension and make sure that under web viewer, it doesn't say none here. You need to click here and make sure you select a web viewer instead of none.
Now the phone doesn't even want to go to the website.
Alexander, if it doesn't go to the website, close your tabs in the browser and then make a
I
new
have
tab.
no tabs open.
You have no tabs, then try.
This has been like never used.
I need help.
Is it Daniel? Daniel, what's wrong?
I need help.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know what what blocks I should put.
So, okay, do you see how at the beginning of each block, it says either like look one or camera one or something like that? So if it says look one, to get it, you have to go on the left side and find where look one is. And all of the blocks will be in there. So for instance, if you need this, let's see this, like when camera one dot after picture, it's camera one. So I'm going to find camera one. And here it is, camera one dot after picture. For instance, this green one, set look one dot input mode. Look one, right? So I'm going to go look one. scroll down until I find input mode. Here it is. Okay, same block. Let's see what else. Let's say I have this call look1.classify image data. I click look1. Here it is. Classify image data. If you want to get this little pink block, it's you're gonna go up here to text and drag out the first one. Okay. What else is there? Camera1.take picture. Click camera 1, take picture. Okay, picture button. Picture button. There it is. So just read the block, and the first part of the block will tell you where you can find it. All right. If it doesn't have a first part, then that means that you just need to get it from up here. Or for instance, this get image part. To get image, you hover over image over here, and you drag out get image. Okay. Yeah. So Isaac, yeah, the image block. To get image block, you hover over image, and then get image right here. Okay.
I'm doing it.
Excuse me, my camera 1 doesn't work. Like it says, oh wait, never mind. It works now.
Okay. Isaac, for this image, you go to the left side, find the section that says text. So you'll see it matches the color, right? So this pink block and this pink block. And then you're going to grab the first one and you're going to click in here and type image. Okay, there you go. And now you have a nice block. Okay.
What do we put for the text in the text box?
In the text box, which text box?
Like the block for the text, the first one.
This one?
Yeah.
So right here, you're going to put image, and then you want another one up here that says video.
Okay.
So you're going to need two separate ones. In toggle, do we switch between camera and video? So no, the toggle button, if you're using the toggle button, you're always using your video mode. So when I click the toggle button, I'm automatically going to be, actually, maybe I'll put this first. I'll automatically be in video mode. Okay. Okay, so guys, I'll give you guys a little bit more time to work on this, probably like 5 more minutes, and then time to test. And then for the last 10 minutes of class, I want to talk about what we're going to be working on next week, all right, and start laying some groundwork for cool concepts we're going to be learning. Okay. So once you're done with all the blocks here, can you guys say something in the chat? And then you can feel free to start testing it. Okay. So once you have it done, go ahead and give it a test, try it out, see if it works.
I had the camera thing and it wouldn't work. So
The camera thing didn't work. Did you manage to download it onto your phone?
Yep, like I just added the camera one, didn't work. So I added everything else and I'm gonna try it now.
Can I share
Yeah.
my screen to check to check
Yeah,
if
sure.
it's right? So how much are we supposed to have?
Okay, so couple things. Firstly, this is spelled wrong. Capital V and then the E and the O need to be switched. Okay, and then can you put a capital I at the beginning of image too?
Okay.
Okay, and now the next thing here. Oh, wait, what? Okay, hold up. Okay, so this needs to be over here. This needs to be over here. This needs to go up here. This needs to go over here. This goes over here. And this goes over here. Okay, now classify this should not be like that. Oh, and you're missing the picture block. All right, so take picture.
If I like try to connect to AI companion, it'll just be gray and won't do anything.
Okay, so I think Leanne, you need to install the app, right?
I did.
So you said
Like
you
it
had some.
worked already one time, and it's not working now. It just worked.
Wait, so it worked through the AI companion?
Like can I show you?
Yeah.
Here. I press. It's not working.
Oh,
Just
so click reset connection.
this one.
Yeah, there you go. And now try that again.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can we test?
How do you test? Click
Can we
connect,
test?
connect,
Like
AI
test.
companion, and then connect to the AI companion. Right? Scan the QR code with your phone or your tablet.
Okay.
So what now? Okay. Isaac, were you able to test it? Not yet. Okay, so go ahead and try to test it now. So use your phone or your tablet and connect to the AI companion. So actually, yeah, let me demonstrate how it works. For those of you who weren't able to get it working or didn't have an Android device, let me demonstrate to you how it is. I'm just connecting my phone to my computer. Okay, there you go. So if I open up my AI companion and I connect up to my app, okay, so check it out, guys. Okay, Alexander, do you see it? Okay, so this is kind of what it would look like if you managed to get it on your phone, right? So the toggle button will work with video, but my phone doesn't work with video very well. So if I click take picture, here I have my front facing, and I'm going to take a picture of my keyboard, for example. Let's try this.
Do you have a tower? No, I see the tower. Okay. I was gonna say, do you have a tower, just like an all-in-one? But
I have a
can't see it.
laptop, but it's just docked in. So for instance, look, if you look at this now, right, let me annotate it. So let's talk about what's going on here. So firstly, here's my picture of my keyboard. All right, very cool. But the problem that kind of arises, right, is that it's labeling things here now.
It's not working.
Well, it's not really a problem. Like this is just how it's logic. Like I'm explaining the logic that it's going through, right? So it'll say the item that it thinks it might be, and then the probability, or like how certain it is. So it's saying that from its mind, there is a 35% chance that this is an abacus. There's a 17% chance it's a keyboard, a 13% chance it's a ball player, a 5% chance it's a scoreboard, 3% chance it's a remote control, 3% chance it's a shopping basket, 3% chance it's a manhole cover, 1% is an airship, 1% it's a park bench, 1% is an ocarina. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this again. Let me point it at like my water.
Doesn't want to take a picture.
Let's point it at my like water bottle or something. All right.
But
So
this
if I get my
doesn't-
water bottle.
The camera doesn't work. It doesn't even want to turn on.
Yeah, I think it might just be a phone thing then, Alexander. So just don't worry about it for this time, and we'll whatever we make next class will definitely work on your phone. Okay. But for this one, just remember what you learned with the programming and all of that. All right. So here it's also confused with. Well, let me try like a mouse. Maybe it'll work with a mouse. Knee pad. Okay, mouse. Here it's like pretty. It could be a mouse, right?
Mouse.
It's really interesting that it thinks that this could be a knee pad. I'm like, why is that programmed in, right? All right, so knee pad works. Let's see what else can I think of. Let me get like a picture of a
Can I
dog.
show
up on my
you
screen.
my mouse?
Sunglasses, and I was thinking, what do you mean?
Let me get
Ken?
a picture of a dog, and let's see if it works.
Tim,
Yeah,
can I show you my mouse?
TV.
Here.
There you go. Yeah, sure, Dan.
Mouse.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to get it.
So here you go. So it doesn't. Oh, okay. Well, it sees that it's my screen, which is funny. Like it analyzes that it's looking at a computer screen, and not the fact that it's looking at a dog on a computer screen, which is kind of cool.
Smarter
Hold on, let's
than
try
you.
this again. Let me go like really front on, so all it sees is the dog.
Yeah,
No, it still thinks it's a window. Oh no, dog is the second one. There you go. But it's really cool that it thinks. Like I feel like it's analyzing these pixel patterns. Like if you see how you can see the dots on the camera, like that's probably what it's seeing there. Alex, any other suggestions you want to try to analyze?
No, I just
Here,
wish.
I have a mug on my table. Let's take a look at this.
This is my
I just-
mouse.
I got a mug.
But it's gonna say
Hey, look, it's a
window.
cup. 74% sure. Awesome. Cool mouse, Daniel. Nice.
Espresso, oil filter, beer, wine, strainer, can opener.
Binoculars. Okay, but you can see as it goes forward. So the first item is the highest probability. So it's like pretty sure this is a cup, 74% sure. All right. But then it's saying that there's like a like 0.02% chance that these could be binoculars.
But
Try
there's
a
a
Kit
there's
Kat.
a there's
Do
a
I have a
point
Kit
zero
Kat in my
zero
room?
Tim, there's a 0.004% chance that it's a can opener.
So wait, no, this is you gotta multiply this by 100. So move the decimal point 2 spaces. So 0.4%.
0.4% chance.
So it could be a can opener. We don't know. Maybe it is. Let's see. What else can I point it at? Here, I have a Rubik's cube. Let's try this.
And say what's gonna happen.
Here's a Rubik's cube.
Never seen a Rubik's
Abacus.
cube like that
Why does it think it's an abacus?
because it has a bunch of squares and
What
colors.
does an abacus look like?
What is it? I know what an abacus looks like. I don't know why it thinks that.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know
So
why
an
it-
abacus is one of those things with like the beads that you count things with. Interesting.
Like, dude, there's a 9% chance that it thinks it's a band-aid.
It could be. We don't know. Maybe it is a band-aid.
Why does your
there's a-
own say?
7% chance it's a doormat. There's a 7% chance it's a crate. There's a 6% chance it's an oil filter. There's a 4% chance that it's a tennis ball. There's a 4%
What if I just
chance
take a
that it's
picture of my hand?
2% chance it's a barrel, and so on and so forth. Stupider and stupider.
Mine doesn't say that.
Pick. Plunger. Nice.
Plunger.
Okay, I guess I'm just a plunger then. There you go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, guys, for the rest of class, we're gonna start talking about what we're gonna do next week. All right, so this was a cool project. The compatibility with phones is a little bit iffy with this one, but what we're gonna do next week is for sure gonna work on all the devices. And let's talk about how we're gonna do it, kind of. All right, let me disconnect my phone real quick. Let me share a screen. Okay, so next week what we're going to do is we're basically going to start working on a rock, paper, scissors AI app. So we're going to make an app that's going to play rock, paper, scissors. And then what it's going to do is it's going to learn basically. So we're like the definition of AI and machine learning is we need to make some kind of program that adapts over time to be able to improve at a given task. So in our case, we're going to make an AI that's going to play rock, paper, scissors against you. And as time goes on, it's going to learn your patterns, right? What kind of moves you like to play, in what order, right? How you like to do it. And it's going to try to predict what you're going to do ahead of time and do the move that it needs to do to beat you. All right, which is actually going to be really cool. And we'll talk about the logic for that for the last kind of 10 minutes here. So I'm going to start a new Google Sheet document. And let's talk about this. Okay, so when you play rock, paper, scissors, can anyone tell me what are the 3 possible moves that you can do? Or what are the possible things that you can do, I guess?
Rock, paper, scissors.
That's crazy, right? So we can do rock, we can do paper, and we can do scissors.
Why does it say shoot?
Oh.
Okay, now, basically, those are the 3 possible things you can do. All right, now, how an AI needs to learn from kind of what you're going to do is it needs to realize what you like to do most and in what order you like to do it. So you know how like some people, when they're playing rock, paper, scissors, what? Isaac doesn't know me? Interesting. Okay, so you know how like sometimes when you're playing rock, paper, scissors with someone, they'll like always do rock on their first move or something, you know? Yeah, or some people will always do scissors, or some people will always do paper, right? So there's a lot of patterns that some people have when they're playing rock, paper, scissors. Some people like to spice things up. They'll always go rock, and then afterwards, just to trick everyone, they'll go rock again, right? Because they think, hey, there's no way that they're gonna think I'm gonna do rock twice, right? So what we can do is we can come up with a way to learn the patterns a person does when they're playing rock, paper, scissors. And for this, we're going to use something
Justin,
called a
isn't it just you
Markov's.
open it- I have
Daniel,
a
yeah?
question. Isn't it just you? Sorry if it's a bit laggy, but isn't it just you open the sheet, you put in how many times the person does something, and then you just average out how many times he does a specific thing to get the percentage that he's going to do that?
So okay, we can there's a couple things that we can do. The one easy way that you could maybe think of making an AI or some program that learns your patterns, right? Is it just records how many times you do rock, how many times you do paper, and how many times you do scissors, right? So for instance, let's say that when I'm playing against Alexander, he does 15, like out of like 30 matches, he's gonna do rock 15 times, he's gonna do paper 10 times, and scissor 5 times. Okay. Now on my 31st match, I can go with like some odds and I can just say, hey, if I do paper, right, I am more likely to win because Alexander has a pattern of going rock more often. But there's a way that we can make this even more accurate and even better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use something called a Markov's transition matrix. Let me bring that up here. Markov's transition matrix. All right, what a Markov transition matrix is it basically lets you track the relationship of what's like people like to do after another task. So for instance, instead of tracking how many times Alexander did rock, I'm going to keep track of how many times Alexander played rock after having played scissors, or how many times he played rock after having played paper, right? So we're going to do all of these, right? So now how we would make a Markov transition matrix is we'd go, this will be our second move. Okay, and then I'm going to put, can I zoom in on this a little? Here you go. And I'm going to do rock, paper, scissors on another axis here, right? And I'm basically going to track. Okay, let's play a little game here, okay? We're going to start with 0 in each of these slots. Okay, and let's play a game. Alexander, okay, rock, paper, scissors. Pick a move.
I choose rock.
Okay, Alexander chooses rock. Okay, now next turn, try something else.
I choose scissors.
Scissors. Okay, so now here is where we can play our first move. In my Markov transition matrix, I know that Alexander's first move, okay, was rock, and then his second move was scissors. So right here, I'm gonna crank this up to 1 because he just went scissors after rock. Now, Alexander, pick another move.
Scissors.
He's gonna go scissors again. So now check this out. His last move was scissors. So I'm gonna find scissors on my first move axis. And then his second, and then he went scissors again. So I'm gonna go here and find scissors, and I'm gonna go 1. All right, pick another move.
Paper.
Paper. So he just went scissors, and now he went paper. So I'm gonna find scissors, and then his next move is paper, and I'm gonna keep counting this. So by the end, you should have like a bunch of numbers in here. Let me say like, let's do like 15, 12, 5. That's too much. Okay, fine. 6, 5, 2, 10, 5, 10, 2. All right. So given this matrix, I now can track what moves Alexander likes to make after having played a previous move. So if I look at this and I know that Alexander just played rock, looking at this, right, he just played rock. His next move is most likely to be rock again, according to this matrix. All right. If he just played paper,
That is actually correct. If I were to choose rock again.
there you go. Okay, these are just random numbers, but if you're playing against someone actively, these numbers will change over time, and the more they play against you, the better they will be at beating you. Okay. So let's say that Alexander just played paper. If I look at this, what is his next move most likely to be?
Paper or scissors.
Does everyone agree with that? Any other thoughts? So we see after playing paper, Alexander has played rock twice, paper 10 times, and scissors 5 times. So according to this, he is most likely to play paper again. So if I wanted to beat him, I think he's probably going to play paper. So I'd play scissors. And then if he plays paper, I'd win. Right now, let's say if he played scissors, what is he most likely to play next? Yeah, he's most likely to play rock, right? Because after playing scissors, he's played rock 10 times, paper 5 times, and scissors 2 times. So if I know this, and if I start getting this like super developed to the point where I have like hundreds of rounds played, I'm going to be able to kind of get a feel for the patterns that Alexander likes to play. And I'm going to be able to beat him fairly consistently. All right. Assuming he doesn't kind of randomize his strategy and spice things up. So most people, when they're playing rock, paper, scissors, they either have some kind of strategy in their mind or they're just playing random. But what you think is random is not actually random, right? You might think that you're always throwing out random moves, but secretly in your mind, you are, doing paper a lot after you're throwing out a scissors, just because in your mind you have some kind of relationship that does that. All right. But basically, this is what we're going to be working on next class to make a really, really cool AI ourselves. So it's going to be like from scratch, we're going to make an AI that's going to play rock, paper, scissors against you. All right. And hopefully it will completely destroy you. All right. So get excited for that. But for today, we're just about done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your image classification. If you got it to work, if you didn't get it to work, that's unfortunate, but it's not compatible with with all the devices, but our next one will definitely be. So regardless of what you're running, you should be able to make it work. Okay. But apart from that, we're just about done for today. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, my
Daniel?
only question would be
Well-
if there a way.
Oh, sorry, Alexander, you can go next. Daniel, yeah?
Would would you have to shape? Would the AI have a picture, or have a face?
So the AI itself, it's not like an artificial intelligence that you can like talk to or anything. It's just a bot, like a robot that you're playing against, and it's going to learn to play back against you, right? So it's not necessarily going to have a face or or a picture or anything. When you're playing against it with like rock, paper, scissors, what we're going to do is it's going to throw out a picture of a rock or a picture of paper or a picture of scissors that you can play against. All right, Alexander, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering if it is possible at all to get the imaging to work on this phone, or it's just too old.
So, okay, did you manage to install the app?
Yes, and it did not.
Okay, yeah, if that didn't work, there's not really any other way to do it. So yeah, unfortunately, then I don't think on your phone there's going to be another way to get it to work. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but for all of the rest of our projects, hopefully all of them should work on your computer as well. Okay, or on your phone. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, yeah, so that's basically it then. We're not going to give any homework for today, guys, because we're going to be starting a completely fresh project next class. All right, but guys, again, just feel free to play around with MIT App Inventor. Okay, try to make some of your own apps, or just play around with the design. Right, try to make something cool. And then I'll see you guys next week, and we'll be making a super cool rock paper scissors app. Right? It's kind of awesome how it works. Right? I really like it. It's my favorite project. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week.